morning, everyone. How are you doing today? Hope everyone's feeling well and doing good this Sunday. So we're gonna go through the official yoga for BJJ warm up. It's usually a 20-minute practice that replaces the standard warm ups in a jiu-jitsu class. A lot of people, it turns out, don't really love the standard warm-ups. So Sebastian at Yoga for BJJ developed this sequence with his wife, who is a longtime yoga teacher, and they put together a really nice sequence that complements jiu-jitsu very well and gets your body ready for a jiu-jitsu class. I might add on to it a little bit today, make it more closer to 30 minutes, and take my time in some of the poses. So let's come to a seated and just warm up with our necks a little bit here. Get a comfortable seat, maybe cross-legged or maybe on your knees, whatever feels nice and comfortable for you. So you can relax your shoulders, have good posture, sitting up straight, and close your eyes and take a couple nice deep breaths. In through the nose, sigh it out through the mouth. One more nice deep breath, fully in, and let it go. All right, let's say yes. Chin to chest, looking up. Nice, big, slow yeses. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yes to life. Yes to breath. Yes to Sunday morning yoga. And yes to a good warm-up before jiu-jitsu class. Maybe bring a little bit of movement into your spine with this big yes. Inhaling as you look up and exhaling as you come forward. Nice. Let's do side to side. Drop that head to the right and to the left. Keeping your breathing nice and deep. Stretching the side of your neck. Maybe bring in a little bit of spine movement. If it feels good. And let's do big circles. Connecting those 4 points of the yes and the no on the side to side. One fluid motion. Switch directions. If you feel a nice tight spot, feel free to stop there. Just breathe and try to relax it. Wiggle your shoulders out a little bit. Let's get some shoulder rolls. Big shoulder circles. Up, back, down, forward. Deep breathing. Switch directions. All right, let's come to a turtle pose. Turtle position. Toes are touching behind you on your knees. Walk your hands out in front. Sit your hips back to your heels and just get nice and heavy and loose here. Big breaths. Maybe walk your fingers 1 more inch forward and then feel heavy. Up to your knees. Bring your knees together and turn them perpendicular to your mat. And then sit your hips back. Stretching your right side, your hands are firm into the mat. Elongate the rib cage on the right side, using your breathing. Back to center. And turn your knees to the left, your feet to the right, perpendicular to your mat. Sink your hips back as you stretch the left side of your body from hip crease to the side of your pinky in your left hand. Head can be heavy. One more deep breath there. And come to all fours, tabletop position. And bring some movement into your spine, letting your belly drop, looking up, looking like a cow. Round your spine, drop your head and tailbone, cat. Arch your spine, look up, cow. Round. Moving with your breath, inhale, exhale. Couple more times. Play around a little bit, feel loose. Nice. Lift that left leg up in the air, kick it back. Bring the knee towards your nose, round your spine. Kick it back, knee to nose. Keep doing that, or lift your left hand at the same time. Knee to elbow, crunch it in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring it in. 2 more times. Nice. Kick that foot straight out to the side. Plant it to the mat. And rise up. We're in a half straddle here. Side bending, arms up. Lean to the left side. Lean to the right. Nice. Getting a little stretch in the leg. Big stretch in the side. Maybe touching the floor, increasing that side bend. One more time. Right hand reaches for your leg or your ankle, and the left hand walks to the ground till the shoulder drops into this awkward twist, making a grip, connecting your left hand to your leg, your shin, right arm in the air. Keep breathing. Hands back to center and walk your hands out so your chest drops, your hips stay above your knee. Puppy dog with a half straddle. Let your head hang heavy. Take one more deep breath. Come back to a tabletop. Kick your right foot outside of your left hand and adjust that back foot, back knee, so that you have a nice stretch in your left hip. Untuck your back toes and begin to straighten your right leg, sitting your hips back and come forward. moving back and forth from a lizard lunge, stretching your hips to a hamstring stretch. A couple more times. Adjust a little bit so it feels good. Turn it into a twist. Left hand heavy on the mat. Open up to your right. Twist. If you want to kick your left foot to your butt, reach back and grab it. This is a pretty intense one, just an option. Let that go. Now, bring your left foot underneath your butt and sit down on your left foot. We're in a half squat. This is a kind of jiu-jitsu passing and guard position here. Just move around a little bit, forward and back, open up that hip. Find something that feels good, feels like a nice stretch. Sit into that. Half squat. Really compressing this knee. Sitting in front of it, behind it. Nice. Hands back to the mat, left foot back into our lizard lunge. With the back knee lifted this time. Twist open to the right side. Make that left hand strong. We're going to side plank. Left foot to the side of your left foot and bring your right foot on top of your left. Side plank. Come down to a plank, all the way down to your belly. Take a breath. Look up, lift your feet, lift your chest, push a little bit. Let it go. Hands to your sides. One more time. Lift your chest. Maybe lift your feet. Pull your shoulders back. Let that go. Push up to a plank. Lift your hips. Drop your head. Down dog. To your knees. Tabletop. Doing the other side now. Left leg kicks back. Knee to nose. Keep your hips level. Your shoulders strong. Donkey kicks. Lift your right hand at the same time. Left leg. Right arm. Elbow to knee. Two more. Nice. Kick that leg out to the left side. Drop it to the mat. Come all the way up. Side bending. Arms up. Lean to the left. Lean to the right. Keep breathing. Keep your chest lifted. Moving into the twist. Right hand to left leg. Drop your right shoulder to the mat. Open up to the left side. Arm in the sky. That arm can reach behind you. A kind of regard position. Like I'm about to grab you roll. See how deep you can breathe in this pose. Walk your hands back to center. Walk them out in front of you, keeping your left foot in line with your knee and your hips stacked above that knee. Puppy dog pose. Let your head hang heavy to the mat. Stretching your shoulders here. Nice relaxing pose. Back to center. Bring your left foot outside of your left hand. Lizard lunge. Make an adjustment in that back knee until you feel a nice stretch in that left leg. Sink into it and breathe here. Let's start rocking back and forth, straightening the left leg, pulling the toes back, stretching the back of that front leg, coming forward, stretching the hip, forward and back. Move with your breath. Into the twist, right hand to the mat, open up to the left. Left hand can push on the knee, can reach to the sky. Maybe reaching back for that foot. Twisted lizard. All right, to the half squat, kick the right foot underneath your butt. Sit down on that foot. Maybe adjust a little bit so we're in this kind of combat seated position, combat guard. Maybe rocking forward a little bit, maybe sitting back from playing guard to passing just by rocking over this back foot. Find one spot that feels nice on this front knee, maybe in your hips. Keep good posture and relax there. If you have trouble with the deep squat that we're doing later on in this pose, this class, this is a nice one that you can do to work on that flexibility for your squat, for your ankle and your hip. Coming into a high lunge here. Left foot outside of left hand. Back knee lifts. Twist open to the left side. Get heavy on that back foot. Drop your heel to the mat outside of the foot. We're going to a side plank. Push the right hand and balance. Left hand in the air. Keep your hips lifted. Don't let them drop. 2 more breaths. Come to a plank for a breath. Come all the way down to your belly. Take a breath here. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Do a little back bend. Push your belly down. Lift your chest. Look forward. Squeeze your legs together and lift your legs. Breathe. Let that go. Wiggle your hips. Hands by your shoulders. Peel your chest forward and up. Don't straighten your arms all the way unless it feels good. Just enough to get a good stretch. Let that go. Tuck your toes.
Come to your knees, keeping your knees bent, lift your hips, down dog with bent knees, and pedal out your feet, straightening one at a time. Keeping your head hanging heavy here. A straight back is more important than straight legs. If your legs are straight but your back is rounded, no good. Bend those knees. Let the chest drop. Come forward into a plank. Now, if at any time you're getting too tired, it's possible, just drop your knees, take some weight off. We're just going to move back and forth between this plank and the down dog, building up some strength in our arms, some heat in the body. Coming forward, maybe a little further forward, stretch your wrists, push back, come forward into plank, push back into dog, forward into plank, back into dog. Drop to your knees. Do a little wrist stretch before we go into some handstands. Turn your fingers backwards to face your knees. Adjust your knees as far as you need to. Forward is a little easier of a stretch. Further you bring your knees back, the more you can stretch into your wrists. Fingers back. Getting a forearm stretch and a wrist stretch. Turn your fingers to face each other on the backs of your hands. And make fists. Again, if this is intense, just bring your weight forward and take some of the weight and pressure off. The more weight and pressure you put on them, the more intense. Just making fists and getting some blood flow. We'll do some handstand jumps from our downward facing dog. Shake out your wrists. Remember, for handstands, it's really important to keep your fingers spread really wide, about shoulder width apart, and as much as you can, locking your arms straight and really pushing through your shoulders. So, from down dog, it can be just little hops, just little baby hops, beginning to put some weight into your hands. And if you want to try to balance, think about getting your hips above your hands. And just find that balance, kicking one leg at a time. Switch legs, kick a few more times. Keep breathing, try not to hold your breath too much. After the next jump, land into a deep squat. Nice. Move around a little bit here. Keep your chest lifted. Don't round into your spine too much. Push your elbows into your knees, palms together. Stretch your hips. Nice. If you want to do a little twist here, remember, if this gets too intense, you can go to that half squat. Just drop one knee. But whatever knee you have up, make sure you keep one knee up so you can twist away from that knee, pushing your arm into your knee, hand to the mat. I'm doing my left leg, so I'm twisting to the right. If you're still in your squat, that's cool too. If you got good flexibility, you want to take it to the next level, turn that palm away from you, bind behind. I love this one on my shoulder. It feels so good. Back to center. Move around a little bit. Again, if you got to rest a little bit, come to this half squat. Right arm, right knee. Open that hip. Push the arm so you can twist your chest to the left. Maybe dropping that thumb down. wrapping around and binding your hands behind your back. Back to that squat. Walk your hands behind you. Reverse tabletop, lifting your hips. Start to straighten your leg. Bring your butt in between your hands. If you can keep your butt lifted, it'll help your core a lot. L sit, reverse tabletop. Your feet should be about under your knees, your hands about under your shoulders, pressing your hips as high as you can, letting your head drop. Move back to that L sit. Try to keep your hips lifted, push through your hands. Nice. A couple more times, back and forth. Butt to the mat. Lift your legs. You can keep your knees bent. Try to stay on the front of your sit bones more than back on your tailbones. Try to come forward as far as you can and still pull those knees in. You can use your hands for support on the mat or grab behind your knees. With this grip, you can pull your chest forward. Find that balance. Feel strong. Let go of your legs, arms out. Balancing here in boat pose. Straighten your legs. Keep breathing. Lower nice and slow all the way down. As soon as your feet touch the mat, come back up. 2 more times. Low boat. Keep your shoulders off the mat when you go down. 1 more time. Boat pose. And let's rock and roll a little bit. Grab your shins and just roll your spine nice and easy. A few more. Stop on your back. Let your whole spine relax and kick your feet up in the air, keeping your tailbone heavy. This is a nice little restore. If you feel good here, stay here. If you want to lift your hips up and move into upside down guard, just don't put too much weight onto your neck. Try to stay on your shoulders here. You can use your hands and your elbows in the mat for support. Rock and roll a few more times. I'm going to rock through all the way to the squat, so build up some momentum. Arms out in front of you. See if you can come to that squat. Try it one more time. Build some momentum. Up to a squat. Here we go, one more time. Up to that squat. Walk your hands out or your feet back to a plank. Push back to a dog. Handstand jump to a squat. Jump and do a 180. Squat. Walk your hands out. Do a push-up. To dog. Handstand jump to squat. Jump and do a 180. Hands out to plank. Do a push-up. Dog. Jump to squat. Jump and do a 180. Getting warm now. Out to a plank. You got the flow. Let's do it. Push-up. Dog. Handstand jump maybe float, squat, jump into a 180. Here we go, 2 more. Walk out to a plank, do a push-up, push your hips up, handstand jump to a squat, jump into a 180. Plank, push-up, dog, handstand, squat, boom, 180, and to your knees. Take a breath. Nice job. One last final pose here. This is a good strong back bend. Come up onto your knees. Tuck your toes. Reach your arms up. Keep your left hand up and reach your right hand for your right heel. It's like a back bend, side stretch. Call it the twisting camel. Both arms up. Left hand, left heel. Twisting to the left. Back to center and just move side to side a couple times, making it feel good. Your back should be nice and loose by now. You can go nice and deep into this back bend. Jiu-Jitsu, we spend a lot of our time rounding forward, clinching, hugging, even with our phones and everything too. Everyone knows that. So anytime we can open up our chest and arch our back, it's really nice for our spine to counteract all that pressure. If you want to do both hands to your heels, lift your heart. Don't hurt yourself. Only if it feels good. Your hands can be on your hips too. It's a little less intense. Nice. Take 3 nice more deep breaths. Close your eyes. Nice and easy. Sit back onto your heels. Bring your hands to your lap or to your knees. Take a deep breath. Feel your spine get longer. And exhale and just let everything go. Close your eyes. Do a little meditation before we start class. Or before you would start class. I don't know if you have a class this morning. But imagine you did, or if you do, just visualize the good jiu-jitsu with a nice loose body, injury-free, having fun, doing what we love. Oops, guys, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a wonderful day.